This is NLAC Gaming and Podfix. This is Chapter 4 of Izuku, a dragon, but he's quirkless, by Umbra_scripter. Chapter 4. I'm so itchy. What in the... Midoriya Izuku was 13 when the itching started. It was mostly around his chest and back, but no matter how much he scratched away, it just wouldn't fade. It made him feel endlessly uncomfortable, and it was also absolutely gross. The amount of dry skin that flakes off from all the itching. Thankfully, it only lasted over his birthday, when he was finally turning 14. But it didn't change how uncomfortable it made him feel. After a long, hot, and relaxing shower after his 14th birthday, Izuku sighs in relief when the itchiness fades away. Drying himself off, he looks up into the mirror just to let out a quiet yelp of surprise, dropping the towel in shock. What the? Are those scales? He runs his fingers over the smooth and shiny scales on his chest before twisting to look at his back, seeing the same thing. Across the areas that were relentlessly itchy are now iridescent scales. They're black, but when the light catches them, there's a sheen of green covering them. So cool, he whispers, running his fingers across the smooth scales. It must be a mutation from his dad's side. Sucking in a breath, he breathes out. Nothing. He pouts. No fire breath. Still quirkless. Dropping his hand, Izuku reaches down for the towel he dropped, wrapping it around his waist. At least the scales cover up the scars from Kachan's explosions. Small mercies for a useless mutation. Shrugging, Izuku steps out of the stall back into the changing room before freezing when the eyes of the other boys in his class stare at him. Oh yeah, he has scales now. What have you done to yourself now, you useless Deku? Gluing plastic to yourself to try and fake a quirk, huh? Kachan taunts, causing laughter to fill the changing room, and for Izuku to hunch in on himself. Rushing over to his locker to quickly get changed. Grabbing clothes out, he jumps in place and lets out a yelp of pain. Huh? Kachan questions dumbly at being unable to yank the plastic from Izuku's back. Why the frick won't it come off? You do something, you frickin' Deku? Kachan snaps, setting off explosions against the scales, but Izuku doesn't feel the heat of it, or even the usual pain. Huh, neat. Natural protection. Ow! Izuku yells, the yell turning into a growl of pain. Quickly reaching back to touch his back, feeling the wetness, he pulls his hand back to the front to look at it. Blood. Quickly throwing his shirt on, he spins on his heel and snarls at Kachan, teeth bared threateningly before freezing. In the explosive boy's hand is one of his scales, blood coating a bit of it, showing how much of it was inside his back. Ignoring Kachan's yells of anger, Izuku quickly throws on the rest of his clothes before running out of the locker room, back twinging with pain from every movement. Will that scar, or will the scale grow back? I hope it grows back. And that's the end of Chapter 4.